Hi, everybody. I think you've been missing me. At least I've been missing my videos. It's been about a year. I figured it's time to talk about another monster. Stay around. Back again. Well, we've talked about a lot of monsters and how I took care of them. Back in my day, the one thing that I always looked forward to was a really good monster movie. Now, to me, they were training videos. Yeah, I was training to fight the different monsters. So it'd be like the Wolfman. I didn't run across one of those, unfortunately, but I was well prepared on how to handle them. Dracula and the Mummy and all those other kinds of monsters. Well, when we moved up into the new house, the TV room was downstairs and the parents' bedroom was upstairs. And every Friday night, around about 11 o'clock, there was a monster flick. I think it was called Nightmare Theater. Yeah, something like that. Well, anyway, I had to wait with my door closed to my bedroom. I was listening for my parents to go to bed. As soon as I heard them go to bed, I had to wait a few minutes, make sure this thing settled down. Then I would sneak out, turn the TV on, and I would watch the Wolfman and all kinds of cool monsters. Training videos, important stuff like that. But if you looked into my mind, it would be just a dark room, long hall, lit with torches, a little gothic scene there. That's kind of what I was doing as a kid. But you all know about the monsters that I had to fight, so the training was very, very, very important. Well, we'd moved up to that new house, and about a year, there was this girl that lived next door. Well, across the street. She was 4 or 5 years older than us, me and my friends. She told us a story. Oh my gosh, it scared the heaven out of me. I wasn't prepared for that kind of monster. Well, there was a hollow that went right back from the house, and then it attached to Vaughn's Park. And then from Vaughn's Park beyond that was the hollow. Now, the hollow was a place of immense fear and danger. There are all kinds of things in there. Lions, tigers, bears, and the hollow creature. Yeah, that's what this is about, the hollow creature. She told us about a family that used to live there that disappeared because the hollow creature got them. She really had me upset about that. And I had some of my friends over and we talked about it. During the day, we'd dare ourselves to go up there. But the one thing about the hollow monster was it didn't come out in the daylight. So we'd go out and we'd try to set traps and stuff to catch it. We never got it. Well, that year for Christmas, I got the coolest thing. My dad got me a BB gun. A Buffalo Bill BB gun, lever action Buffalo Bill. I'm not talking about the other BB gun from some other weird story. Man, this one didn't have a compass in the stock. This one just a rifle. But it did have a cool saddle ring on the side. And you just put the BBs in there and boom, blow up. Well, that summer, I got a lot of my troopers together from the old place. There's about 6 of us. And we were making plans. These were necessary plans to finally alleviate the world of the hollow monster. I talked my parents into letting us sleep outside in the back. The sun went down and that blue when just the little twilighty. We were laying there. I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. I got my BB gun. And then a couple of other kids had slingshots. Some of them made little makeshift spears and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we can't do it till all the lights in the house go off. Because If they catch us, we'll get into trouble. So we waited, and it got dark. And it was one of those nights that there was just a little bit of moonlight coming through, just a little illumination. We each had snuck a flashlight. So we were ready, we were ready with the flashlight. Here we go, guys. This is it. We're going to do it. All right. We're going to go into a formation. We're going to go up there. We're going to go along the side of the creek, up in the canyon. We're going to go over the fence. We got up to the fence, and Vaughn's Park at night was like, you could tell the hollow monster was out and about. So we made our way through. We were going very careful. Oh, so careful. And a couple of them chickened out, wanted to go back, Well, we coaxed them forward. We needed those troopers, we needed as many people to save me so he can eat them while I'm running away. I learned this from watching these shows. That's actually an important thing you might want to consider if you want to get into the business of hunting monsters, okay? That always bring somebody slower than you and for a good getaway. It's all we going through and I come to the end of Vaughn's Park, and there's a little creek went across here, and then you went over here into some trees, and then there was a fence. We got there, and I swear everything was moving. You could hear sounds that I'd never heard before. We knew that that thing was up there, the hollow monster. We knew he knew we were there, and we knew he was there, but we couldn't see him. One at a time we went over the fence. The last man over the fence was me, because I wanted to, if he was going to get us, he was going to snatch the slower ones first, and then I would have a fence and I could run back to the house. But unfortunately he didn't attack, so we came across. Now you get into these kinds of things and it's dark and you can't see real well, and you got to be really careful with the flashlight because you don't want to scare him away. But we were there to do one thing. We were there to take him out, and I had my BB gun. Oh yeah, let me tell you about that BB gun. Kind of a little break in the story, just let you relax a little bit. I know you're scared, so just let you relax. Now I got his BB gun, and it was a fun BB gun, And sometimes you'd shoot it and go poing, 2 or 3 inches. Other times it'd zoop right out. Ask Mom's front window. I didn't do it. But anyway, I got blamed for it. It was a misfire from the BB gun, I believe. I had a lot of fun with that thing. We used to, we'll go into that a little bit further. But anyway, so get back to the story. Now here's the part where you're going to want to find a comfortable place to sit and put a blanket around you like that. Because, if you're young or anything like that, this could give you nightmares. Yeah, it still does. Sometimes I wake up still thinking about it. So we go through there, and we're going in ninja style, man. We are low crawling when we can, going tree to tree. And we're looking. Things could be up in a tree. It could be down over there in that ravine. What do we do? I don't know. We're gonna get it though. You two go over there. You two go over there. I don't want to go. You go over there. I got you covered with my BB gun, and he's got a slingshot. The old wrist rockets. You go around there. You could take out Grandma's eye from 1.5 miles away. Well, no one shoots at Grandma, but you get the point. So just spreading out just a little bit. And there it was. Big, gigantic black mass in the tree. And it was looking at us. I was scared. I loaded my gun, and I put a bead on it, and I went, but it didn't move. two of the guys over on this side had retreated to my rear. These two guys were on their way. I had to stop and say, you move any further, I'll shoot you. No, I didn't do that. Anyway, that mass just sat there and it looked. And you could see the eyes, red, piercing eyes. And it was looking at us. And all the crickets had gone quiet. There was total silence. Just this little bit of background sound from the creek. Well, we were there to do a mission. So I pulled everybody back onto the side by a tree and I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to rush it and come out of fighting. You guys with the slingshots, get ready. Have a couple rocks ready. You guys with the spears, you guys stand to that one side. And I think I got about 30 shots left in this BB gun, so I think we can take this puppy out. We ran and I ran at it, and I shot, and I shot, and I shot, and an owl flew out. Now, we pretty much at that point when the owl flew out, we would pretty much lost it, I believe. I wasn't aware that I had that much in my body, but it was a soiling situation. Yeah, we ran. Even the slow ones ran. You know, fences this high, what's that, about 3 feet? When you cut something like that, man, you clear that, no problem. Ran, screaming. Yeah. Got home. Everybody's sitting there by their sleeping bags in the backyard. It's all dark. Well, I guess we'll have to go to bed. I don't want to sleep here anymore. I want to go home. No, we're just having sleep. He's up there. We're safe. Oh, I don't want to go home. Oh. Two of them went home. A little late at night. I can't imagine what the parents would have thought. Not my problem. The rest of us slept in the garage on the floor. Yeah, that was, never heard about that monster again. I think we got it. Or it turned into an owl and flew off into some other hollow. But those monsters, man, they was everywhere. They were like, man, they were like locusts everywhere. You had to learn how to fight those things. One of the things I told you the story about the time in the outhouse out when I had to spend the night in, well, not a night, but a storm come through. I was kind of stuck in there. I had to start that fire in there because that monster was in there and had to kill it off. But fire does help sometimes, and sometimes fires don't help. It depends on the monster I'm fighting, and they're like different categories of monsters. Then I started getting into another kind of monster, and I realized that I wasn't well equipped with this one. This is a gigantic one. It's a Godzilla movie. I've never seen a Godzilla movie. I watched this Godzilla movie, man. He's mean and he's big, and man, that's scary. I'm not into that. So I had to retire my monster hunting because of Godzilla. I've kind of come across most of them. I was waiting for a chance at Bigfoot, but that didn't happen, at least not at that point in time. Maybe later on, you know. But yeah, those monster thing. Go back to the BB gun, though. We had some interesting times as a neighborhood. You know, everybody else ended up getting their BB guns. We'd put on our winter coats and put on some goggles, and we'd go out and start shooting each other. Having a lot of fun at it. That kind of hurts until I shot one kid in between the legs. He went home and cried, and I got in trouble, and I lost my BB gun for a year. My dad took it away from me. But yeah. Dad, just things kids do, you know, shooting each other and whatnot. It's a good thing we didn't have 22s, huh? Yeah, well, I think we were a little smarter than that. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Boy, that owl, though, I think he dropped a few things on his way out of that tree, too. Yeah, well, I just thought I'd get back on here a little bit and let you hear one more monster story. We've got some other stuff we're working on, and I'm thinking we need to go back and revisit some of these other stories, as long as there's some interest in it. So, for now, sleep good. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. And there's a lot of you out there that are just kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't sleep tonight, right? Yeah, I don't think I will either. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Grandpa Dave with some wisdom for you. My dad told me once a long time ago, he says, son, he didn't call me son, he called me something else, but for the benefit of this, he'd say it was son. He said, son, when you get old, that isn't for wimps. Age is not for wimps. And he told me something, he says, I want you to remember this when you get to a certain age. Well, what he told me was pretty cool, and I get phone calls all the time from people because they want to know this thing that he told me, this wisdom he told me. And paparazzi, everybody out there wants to know, and it's fine. I think it's time I let out this information, okay? So if I was you, I'd go get yourself a pen and a pencil and put this on pause. But okay, no, that's good. I would write this down because this is really important. There's 3 things to getting old. It's okay. First thing, you're going to lose your memory. The second thing was